Yo, what's good everybody? It's Ace back in everybody today, and today we got a how-to video and how to run defense in Madden 20. So let's get right to it. This defense does work. So as a Madden 20, obviously we're nearing Madden 21. I'm still going to use this probably next year because I've used this for the past 3 years since I found this like Madden 17, and I've ran it since Madden 18. And I've always had success with it. I know I had lockdown defense in Madden 18, and it was amazing. And this year, after some patches EA has made from some of the glitchy run defenses, this does work. But what you want to do is most 3-4 playbooks do have this formation, and a couple 4-3 does in the Bengals, and which is how I found this actually, because I'm a Bengals fan. I've always had their defensive playbook. And they've always had this 3-3-5 wide in their playbook, and I found this one day and I tried it out, and it worked amazing for me. And so what you want to do is we'll show you some of the players I have. I just put all your best defensive linemen in and all your best DBs in. What you want to do is you want to, at your middle linebacker position, you want to have some linebacker in there, and well, I think it automatically does that for you. But in my ultimate team gameplay, I have Taylor Mays there, and I've got abilities on him. I've got Lurker and Out the Way, which and obviously Enforcer, which Out the Way. If you get blocked by a running back, a fullback, a tight end, or a receiver, you would get instant block shed. And if you watch my last Bengals team gameplay, you will see that every time my opponent ran the ball, Taylor Mays is in the backfield like that. And this run defense is pretty good. But this time, we got Brandon Wilson here. But I put Brandon Wilson here because of the speed, which I had him here at the beginning of the year. He's had like a 77 over team of the week, and I will say he did suck. But you can't put abilities on the goal player, so I highly suggest putting abilities on the player you have here. If you're an ultimate team, that is. But at this right outside or this left outside linebacker, you want to have your best coverage linebacker here, or unless you're like kind of flipped and you want to have this guy blitz over here, which I usually put this guy over here in a zone or man. Sometimes I put if they're running like a tight end up the seam, I will put him in man, which does usually work unless they have like Darren Waller, or maybe even George Kittle, which I know those are the only two that I can really think of that burned me from putting him in man. But you do want to have your best coverage linebacker here, if not the other side, if you do want to blitz that right side. This depends on how you play. But on the other side of the field, you want to have either your fastest linebacker or your best pass rusher here, out of your linebackers. Don't put a defensive lineman here unless you've got like a really fast defensive lineman, like maybe like I don't know, Reggie White, like a Golden Taker Reggie White I might put here. But not. I would highly suggest putting like a Lawrence Taylor here or something. But I usually have someone fast here. In my ultimate team, I have Jermaine Pratt on my theme team. He's got like 90 speed. I usually put a spy up because nowadays everyone has Lamar Jackson and Mike Vick and all the scrambling escape artist quarterbacks. So you want to put a spy up. In this spy, I usually put a spy up. So yeah, I put Jordan Evans here. He's one of the faster linebackers on this Bengals defense. And so what you want to do is you want to choose 3 Sam Will blitz, and this is the best one in this formation, as we just choose random play here to start off. We got Derrick Henry because we want to stop the run. So we'll just go base adjustments, no adjustments here, and we'll see how this stops. So it looks like they will run it. Actually, they'll run a bubble screen as well. They will get some yards there, but I'll show you some of my adjustments. So what I want to do, I usually tap the D pad on the right side twice to get to linebackers, and what you want to do is put whichever linebacker you want coverage, which for me, I usually want the right side in the coverage, so Nick Vigil is for me. I press A, whatever button that is for you, and you want to go to play zone on the left stick, and go down on vert hook, or if you want to put on a man, go to the right stick and hit up on man coverage and choose whatever guy you want to put on man coverage, which you see here. You press whatever button, you see now he's a man. But now you want to do, like I said, you want to put him in a vert hook here, and then you want to do that again. Press the D-pad twice and go to your other guy on the other side, which is Jordan Evans for me. You want to put X, unless you want to blitz him. But like I said, if your opponent has Mike Vick or some scrambling artist or escape artist quarterback, I would highly suggest putting him in a zone, or in a spy, I should say. So you want to do is hit his button, go to the right side, and hit QB spy on the right stick, which is to the left. You see here, and a lot of people like to run corner outs. So what you want to do is you want to go to Y and hit over top on the right stick. And unless they go underneath a lot, then you have to go underneath, like here. You see it's a hard flat now. And if you're going to go over top, again, after doing that, it will go to cloud flat, which is pretty similar to what I had before. It still plays the same things usually. So, but I usually pull my linebackers in. What you want to do is just go to the D-pad once on the right side and just hit down and pinch, and yeah, and so they will finally look like they will snap this ball, and they will go play action, and you see how I got wide open over the middle, which I blitzed. So, but yeah, obviously you want a good user so you can stop this, but you will get used to the adjustments. And what I also like to do, if they have a skateboard score right, I like to go hit the left bumper and hit RB on the bottom right here, and hit QB contain. That way they will get stopped when they run outside the pocket. Usually, sometimes it doesn't work, but it usually does, for me at least. But yeah, as you see, Derrick Henry actually gets a decent run here, and he's also in the zone already, so he will break a bunch of tackles. But I will show this one more time, just with this, and I will show you that this can stop the run as they run a counter. As you also want to have a really good defensive tackle. You get high block shed there, as we will make sure the Titans run the ball here, as that is not what I wanted to do. I want to choose a new play here, but there is one play I highly suggest to not run in this formation. Like I said, I highly suggest 3 Sam Will blitz, or if a secondary option works for you, it's cover 3 buzz. That works as well. And if you're in the red zone, I highly suggest running cover 2 or Tampa 2 here, because a lot of people run the ball or like to throw underneath to try and get the end zone. And if you are facing an opponent who runs corner outs, you want to use that corner out, and this cover 2 should cover the rest of the field. At least from what I've seen and how I've used it, that's how that has played it out. But you see, I've called 3 Sam Will blitz almost 16,000 times. You see how many times I've called this, and that is actually what I run in Ultimate Team. So all the other plays is pretty much under 100, except for Mike Blitz 0, which is the one I do not suggest using, especially with all these new patches and stuff, because it worked at the beginning of the year, but something they did, this makes it far more vulnerable to be terrible, as you know, they can break off runs more easily. So we'll show you here. You see, they instantly all get blocked unless you get really lucky on a block shot on one of your cornerbacks or your safeties here, or your user's really good and you get lucky, and you're not going to stop the run here, as we'll keep running this, as we'll show you that this does not stop the run very great. As you see here, they gain 10 plus yards every carry when you blitz out of this, so this is not very good. This is not what you want, especially if your opponent has Eric Dickerson and you're trying to get the ball back with like 2 minutes left. As you see here, even if I ran commit, which which I'll do here. We know it's a run to the right. We're going to run commit to the right, as we will shift our guy to our right, and they will hand the ball off to Derrick Henry here on the stretch to the right. As you see here, instant block said, or not instant gaps for Derrick Henry to run up through, and no block said as well, I should have said. As you see here, that doesn't work, but we will change the play and run the same exact play on offense for the Titans here. And we'll show you that my pass defense will work. No run commit, nothing like that whatsoever. So we'll go into I form and run the same stretch play as I'll just run this at the base, no adjustments whatsoever with this formation. I'll show you that you don't even really need adjustments. See, as Nick Vigil gets in the backfield instantly, and Jordan Evans came through on the other side. And I'll show you what the adjustments on. Show you that this still works with a bunch of adjustments if you're trying to stop the pass, as my user was off there, but they end up breaking a run there, unfortunately. So they did not prove my point there. But we will try this again and see if we can stop the run, as Derrick Henry is finally out of the zone. As yet again he breaks a run, which is, I don't know what's going on. This worked earlier for me, I promise you, which I don't know what's going on, but this does work usually. But like I said, you need a good linebacker or a safety to use her. See, as there, he actually does get stopped there, even though he still gained 5 yards. But it still does pretty good work against the run and against the stretch. It's usually the linebacker on whichever side. If you have decent linebackers, they will come through and stop the run. If not, your defensive lineman will, if they run it up the middle. As you see here, my user got in the backfield instantly, and obviously I missed, but it still got back there, so I could have stopped it easily. But yeah, I will show you some more of the pass defense I run. So what I like to do when they come out in 4 or 5 wide formations, especially 5 wide, I like to cross man in the zone here, and I will like to put the seams in man. That way they don't get open, especially in the cover 3. That will happen. What you want to do is tap wide twice, and you want to hit the guys in the slot. So you want to hit Y and Jesse Bates here, and you want to go up on the right stick on assignments, go man coverage, and hit the guy that's right in front of him, which is Y for me as well. That way he's a man. Same thing on the right side. Dark West and R is A for me. Man coverage on the right stick, and you want to go to RB, which is the guy in the slot. And then I want to put my linebacker in coverage. And since Tannehill is on a skateboard quarterback, I'll blitz Jermaine Pratt here and put him in a contain here. And I like to spread my defensive line that makes sure that the contain gets there if they do scramble out. As you see there, he ran underneath route. Obviously, that would be covered if they were in a seam there. But yeah, that didn't happen there. So as we will run this again, and we will put these guys in man, but a lot of people do like to run this, so and run up the seams, even in like 4 wide formations. And sometimes, if I find it really annoying like that, and they can't run under like a slant or something underneath, what I like to do is I put 3 guys in man, and I will put the same 2 guys in man as the previous one, and I will put my linebacker on this right side. I put it in the zone before, put him in man coverage against the tight end here, and then do everything else the same. And we have 3 guys in man now. Now everything should be locked down if we use the right thing, which is this underneath route with Brendan Wilson here, which he throws to almost every time. Since he's, see, like there, he instantly threw it, instantly covered. The Delaney Walker was covered. As we will run this one last time, and we will show you that this does work. As we will put these guys in contain here, and Brandon Wilson will be covering on the user here, as Tannehill will throw it, And you see, actually, Delaney Walker burns Nick Vigil. But Nick Vigil, since this is practice mode, he is low overall. But on my team, he is a high overall at 98. As you see there, he threw it right up the seam, and he's wide open to Adam Humphries there. Because we were not in man there, I didn't make any adjustments there. So that's not what you want to do. But that is how you run defense in the 5 wide against this, against this 5 wide, I should say. Which you can kind of play around with it. But yeah, but like I said, you don't really want to run man covers in this unless you are like a cover 4 guy. I would suggest putting where my Nick Vigil was. I would suggest putting a really good linebacker, like a fast linebacker there with good coverage, or else they will get burned. Unless there's like a tight end they're covering or something, maybe not. But if you're a cover 4 guy, cover 4 shut 2 is good enough. I've ran it before; it's all right. But yeah, like I said before, red zone you want to run cover 2 or Tampa 2, whichever one's good for you. And also, guys, there is a couple run plays that are really good against this defense. So it's usually in these, either in Trey Y flex or trips tight end set, especially in trips Y flex here. The inside zone is unbelievable against this defense, unless you really adjust to it somehow. And if you usually can get there in time, then they can stop it. But it's really hard to do that. And you see here, here's a gap, and my user actually got the block shed there. But that's really hard to do. What I like to do is I get to the deep head on the left side and slant my defensive line to the left on the point of attack there. And I like to maybe shift them if it, to the left if they can't stop the run even then. Because like I said, this is hard to stop against this run. As we wait to snap from the Titans here. So you'll snap the ball, and you see it wide open gap up the middle, and it's easy first down for every time they run that. So that is unfortunate. But yeah, we'll shift our line to the left and shift our guys to the left on the point of attack as well. Show you guys it still works. See if they cut back, he can easily get a lane there. So that's why I usually don't shift my guys unless they're constantly running to the left or whichever side they're flipped to. You see there, another wide open gap. And my blitz play, Mike Blitz 0, does not work against this either, so don't run that either against this. You just got to adjust yourself, which that's pretty much the whole point of Madden, is adjusting to your opponents and everything. So, but yeah, have fun with this. Hope this helped you guys. And if you guys need further explanation, go check out Eric Ray Weather's video. If you don't know who he is, go check him out. He did a video on this, and there was a couple things that I thought I could explain a little bit more about, because I'm a veteran to using this for defense. So, because like I said, I've used this for the past 3 years, and I've kind of figured out all the flaws and everything about this defense. So I found the best way to stop the run, especially this year, man, in this run-heavy game, is just run this 3 Samuel blitz. It does work a lot against the run, and the only flaws against it is if your opponent has Eric Dickerson in the zone and he just breaks 20 tackles a play, then maybe that will help him. But if you saw my last gameplay, my opponent had Eric Dickerson and he averaged 2 yards a carry, and he had 1 5-yard carry. So, but yeah, this does work, and it seems like it's been working a little bit more recently. I don't know if it was because of an update that EA had, or if it's just because I got a little bit lucky. I don't know, but try this out, see if it works for you. If you need to look at this a little bit more in depth, go look at Eric Rayweather's video, and like I said, he did a video on this. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this helped you. Hope you have a good quarantine. And yeah, like and subscribe as always. And Ace is out. Peace.